test. Okay, now. Good. Hopefully. Okay, it's okay now?
Oh,
Yes.
much better. What did you do?
I restarted my computer too.
Ah,
Some kind of, I don't know. So,
it's all mysterious magic.
Yep.
it's a magic that we connected even.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm happy that we connected. Just in case, I'll give you Miranda, the co-host. All right. So we're talking about dream and sleep, sleeping and dreaming. And what I was saying is dreams. When we say dreams, there's two kinds of dreams. One is that we experience while they're sleeping. The other one is you sometimes think about while they're awake. You dream to achieve, dream to go somewhere, dream to da-da-da. But this time we're going to do the exploration of the dreams that you're while you're sleeping. And that's the main thing. The other part is, I don't know, there's a sleeping. Sleeping, so sleeping is 1/3 of, most of people live 1/3 of our time sleeping. So if you're 30, you spend 10 years or more sleeping. If you're 60 years, you slept 20 years or more or less. So, and the sleeping is quite important part of our life. We're not just resting. Because our brain doesn't grasp, so we think it's resting, but it's not quite resting. We're doing a lot of things while asleep. So that's one part of the practice. And then let's just talk about dreams, because that's interesting. Have you had interesting dreams within the last week? Not many? Irina. Okay, and do you remember those dreams?
No.
Some people think I had a great dreams, but you can't remember what it's about, but you get the feelings. And some people claim that they never dream. But that means they can't remember, or they don't recognize they did. So here, what we're gonna do is, but when you're kids, when you're young, like very young, 6 years old, don't you remember the dreams vividly? Most of kids remember, and they sometimes you don't know which is reality.
I think my kids always make up the dreams when they tell me.
Oh, good. So
I dreamt I was having my birthday and then I got a real big car.
maybe that's a making something.
Yeah, it's a message.
Yes. So we train ourselves to enjoy dreams and try to remember them, which is quite easy. Just somehow our culture modern culture don't emphasize about dreams. Not many people, get together and over coffee and say, oh, what do you dream about? Well, no, not many people say in business meetings, okay, let's decide what to do, depending on what we dreamt about. But there's a lot of tribes, there's a lot of history that we used to do that. I don't know if it's good or bad, but there's important messages in our dreams. So we sort of retrain ourselves to recall enjoying the dreams and remember them a bit. And then we would like to do the dream diary together. Write dream diary almost every day for 8 weeks. 8 weeks, actually it's 8 weeks. And if you want to continue, you can continue, but it's much easier to do together than just alone. I used to do dream practice for 2 years or more, but it's very easy to stop. First of all, nobody asked about it, And the dream diary, there's a way to do it, but when you look back, sometimes you don't know what the hell you wrote. So you think it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense. The reason we don't say, I had a dream this morning, I could remember, and then I washed my teeth and walk around, I try to remember, then impression is there, but my brain starts making sense. But dreams, language is quite different than what our awakening logic. Because when we awake, we think with the languages most of the time. So if a language doesn't make sense, we just can't try to make sense out of it. But dreams language is quite different. Say, for example, if Brenda came out to my dreams, when I look back and come back, it may be somebody else at different times. I was swimming with Brenda, then somehow totally quite different in 1 minute, 1 second. The reality doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in the dream. So what we're trying to do is we try to open up ourselves to the dream sort of logic, whatever. And dreams, there's many kind of dreams. When you sleep, you kind of twist your body and mind, stressed out or something, and we sort of recover. And those are the dreams. So for example, if you have very stressed out, dreams makes hopefully de-stressed out. Those are the kind of dreams. Many other dreams, you have more really strong message from your subconsciousness. But subconsciousness has different stages. So deeper subconsciousness, there's no sense of time and space. So you may dream future, past at the same time, and there and here at the same time. I share with Miranda, and then suddenly warp into different things. So so we go through that, and there's messages, and also there's experience with the collective consciousness dream, group consciousness. We think there's a consciousness, my consciousness, but my consciousness is shared by bigger consciousness or group consciousness. We know that, but through this dream practice, sometimes we really, wow, we do. Hopefully, I've never done this in June, so I don't know what will happen, but I think what can happen. If we do 1 week dream practice retreat, quite a few people dream same dreams, a different interpretation. But there was an interesting time when I slept under the tree and I had a quite interesting, strong dreams of a UFO came and shining from this side and came and took something out of me. I wasn't sure if it's my life or somebody I love. I took that way and I was talking about that. Then somebody said, oh, I had a dream about a big turtle come from this direction and this and takes, I forgot something, take what some away. And somebody said, no, just a big leaf flying and giving something and take my hat away. And there was quite different feeling. And then somebody said, and she dreamt same thing. And they realized, oh yes. And then detail was quite same. It was this direction. Yes. It was quite slow first. Yes. And sweep away. Yes. Yes, that was a turtle. And for me, that was a UFO. And it was the same thing. So we might have that. And it'll be very interesting. So there's just something and when you do that, especially, the same thing happens when you do the meditation retreat. Different way, we share the consciousness, not only awakening subconsciousness too. So the message coming from just not me, beyond me. So we have that, and we have different kinds of dreams. That there's lucid dreams. Lucid dream is that I am dreaming. There's such a dream, probably most of people experienced. I am dreaming now, but I'm not quite sure. So we try to recall that experience more. We try to be aware of dreaming stage. So I'm sure that can happen quite easily because we have that ability. We just have to recall that ability. And that stage is very close to the deeper stage of meditation. When you're meditating, I think most of people meditate here. When you're meditating, I'm sitting like this, certain position. I know I'm breathing, but you don't have any experience like that. I don't know exactly where my hands are. I don't know exactly, I'm inhale, exhaling, but I must be doing it because if not, I die. And then, I'm doing this, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it. That's the kind of mode when you have deeper meditation. So that's quite different, quite similar mode to the lucid dreams. So dream practice, deepening of meditation, I think, or the other way around. So that, and so that we go through the different kind of dreams. We don't know exactly what kind of dreams will come. Because that's, even if I decide, okay, I'm going to have this kind of dream, deeper with a deeper message, will not come. It's not under my control. What we can do is just invite them, allow us to go. So that's quite similar to the meditations situation. So interesting. And we do, I don't know if you know Yoga Nidra. It's kind of, simple Yoga Nidra will be if you take a yoga class, Hatha yoga class, at the end they have Savasana. But that's the deeper relaxation, that's Yoga Nidra. So I'm going to guide you, Yoga Nidra. That's actually dream practice method. But when I learned in India, 80% fall asleep. My teacher was sleeping too. But it's quite, you're not quite asleep, but you're not quite awake. That's the kind of part we go through. That's the dream stage. We go through the Yoga Nidra. And so it's quite, and then, okay, we do this. What is about? We don't know exactly, but that's a deepening of consciousness. Opening up to our subconsciousness, opening up to the bigger consciousness. And that will probably change our regular life, daily life. And for example, good artists express this part. They're not just making beautiful things. They're giving something beyond my regular consciousness. And then we share. That's why we feel, wow. Sometimes but it stays. And some poet, they can stimulate that with the words. So then they're not just taking interesting stories, writing entertaining stories. They use the language, go beyond the language. Some dancers, they do with the movement, they invite us to that. Not beyond our regular sort of consciousness of being. So that's the dream practice. And then hopefully the ultimate dream practice is about, Tibetan always say, okay, ultimate dream practice is when they're going to wake up. We might be dreaming right now, right? So that's the ultimate. And also I forgot, lucid dreams, during the lucid dreams, it's quite interesting because you're kind of awake, kind of not awake, but you are kind of mindful in this kind of feeling there, body-wise too. So we introduce dream gesture, which you consciously move certain simple movement while you're dreaming. Then you really recognize, okay, I am aware of my dreaming stage. Because if you're thinking, okay, I'm aware of this dream, maybe that's a dream, you know? So the double dreams. And then we go into the body and use actually real movement then you may think, okay, I may doing this when you sleep, but you recognize when you touch. So we do that kind of thing. We introduce, quite interesting. So that's the fun part. So dream practice is, I give you the little method every week, but it's more than that. Last 8 weeks, it's about learning how to move the chi. But this 8 weeks about more exploration for each person. So, and then I prepare some small, simple notebook. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with iPhone or iPad. I tried. It's not proper for dream diary. It's paper and pencil. Ballpoint doesn't work because sometimes you may have to write this way. Because if you stood up and go to the toilet, you got confused. So right away you put in this kind of thing, bio pillow, and then draw. It doesn't have to be words, doesn't have to be sentences. It can be, or sometimes symbol. Sometimes I draw some images, words, can come up with just a word, sounds. In my dream, that sounds made such a sense sometimes. But I didn't understand, and sometimes I don't understand that sound, the meaning of that sounds. It sounds like African words or something. And then I write down. And then interesting. And later the years, and the sounds come back and have a meaning sometimes. Or these days, you can Google it, may make sense in totally language that you don't even exist. You know? That's a good part of Google. Yeah, I did something a few days ago because I practice again, dream practice. There's some kind of strange sound, but I knew it was a word. I Googled it and made some strange, quite interesting meaning in some tribal language. And maybe coincidence. You know. So those are the interesting parts. You see, recall, enjoy our dreams. And then every week we get together. If you want to share, I would like to share some of your experiences. There may be, oh yes, oh yeah. Some dreams, if Mira said some dreams, then some people can continue. That happened to me with my good best friend when I'm traveling in Cuba. He said, yes, I know the next story. It's quite interesting. And that was an interesting story. So we go through that. Any question about dreams? And then we don't really talk, check with the dream and not, you know, there's a dream, books about dreams. You know, black cat means certain thing, white snake means certain thing. That's symbol, it's interesting, but symbol means different for different people and different culture and different time. So rather than that, I think we contemplate what means if I see the white snake flying, rather than check what means, just contemplate on it and then just leave it. The meaning may come back. And we don't have to understand with the brain. It might come. So it's quite interesting. So, any question? Do you dream with the color or black and white? Or two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional? How is it? Two-dimensional dream is like a movies. You can't go in, you can't grasp. Three-dimensional is you are in, like a regular. Four-dimensional, I don't know exactly, you can go and disappear. There's a steps, but it can't really go up. But it can jump. So it's a kind of different kind of dimensions there too, time too. And what else? Do you have sounds in the dreams or no sounds? Sometimes different. I'm sure our dreams quite different than so people in 200 years ago. I mean, we don't know, but we have different kind of stimulus and visual, movies and other things, video games, this. So we have maybe different, but some quite same. So, and okay, when, how you going to do dream practice? There's a few ideas. My suggestion is what I do for me is if I want to get up 6:30, I wake up, I make myself wake up. I mean, not stand up, wake up about 20 minutes before, so 6:10. The next 20 minutes, I give myself dream time. So that dream time is just relax, and you may fall back, sleep, it's okay, but it's a dream time. That's my suggestion is. Of course, you may have a quite strong dream in the middle of the night or regular dream sleeping time. That's fine, you can do the diary. But the training wise, it's good to give you the dream practice time. It can be in the morning. If you have a luxury to have a nap, that's a beautiful time to have dreams. Afternoon or sunset time. But we lost that luxury time of this napping. Napping is quite beautiful things. Those people who took my workshop, we always have a nap together. First of all, after lunch, you get sleepy. That's one reason. Second reason, napping together with a bunch of people is so wonderful thing for human being. We forgot that. And that's the beautiful time for nap. So if you have a nap time, that's good time. So those are the dream things. So if you're interested, I would like you to prepare some little book, notebook, and mechanical pen or pencil. There's a ballpoint pen that you can write in this, but it's rare right now. So, and then we talk, and then it's interesting when you do the dream diary. When I write it down, I know what means clearly. And the next day I look at it, I have no idea sometimes. But that's okay. Sometimes you understand what you wrote. Sometimes you don't know which is the top even, because I just wrote it down. So those are the things. And sleep thing. As I said, sleeping is quite important in our life. And because I went through the quite difficult insomnia experiences when I moved after I think 8 years of New York life. Before that, I had no problem sleeping anywhere, anytime. Then somehow created that I fall asleep and I wake up in half an hour, then I cannot go back to sleep. So it went on, few years. So I researched and everybody said, I meditate, I do the exercise, I do Tai Chi. Why can't you sleep? And that's why it's called insomnia. No. I did herb, I did da-da-da. So I went through that and it was quite interesting. So I know I learned some method about how to sleep. And there's different people have a different issue about sleep. Some people fall asleep and wake up like me and then can go back to sleep. Some people cannot go to sleep and then stressed out. Some people sleep too much, cannot, sleep 8 hours, not enough. 10 hours, not enough. You sleep, you fall, you get more tired. So there's just different things. There's a method of breathing and some qigong, some method. But more than that, my recommendation was also, what to not to eat, what to eat. But more than that, my finding was my attitude towards sleep wasn't really good. I always thought sleeping is resting time. If I don't sleep well, I wouldn't be able to perform tomorrow. So I get really stressed out. And my thinking is, I have to sleep 7 hours, 8, whatever, soundly. If not, I can't think, I can't work well, I can't get sick, da, 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 da. So that was my attitude about sleep. And then I realized I don't know how I realized, no, sleeping is quite important in my life. So the paradox is quite important in meditation. Okay, my purpose, the daily life is sleep well. So other 16 hours a day is just preparation to sleep well. And that recognized, okay, sleeping is an important part of my life. They changed. The efficiency of daytime, it doesn't matter for the sleeping good. So those things we go through the sleeping time and how to really sort of, it's a passive thing, but it can be not passive, but enjoy ourselves for sleeping time. And I'm sure everybody had the experience that I can't wait for sleeping with this person or this place. And you don't think about, okay, would I get up tired or not? Those doesn't matter. And so sleeping, I think. And also, I still now wake, most of the time I wake up middle of the night, usually 3 a.m. for me. And it used to stress out. Oh, still 3 o'clock. What will happen if I can't go back to sleep? Then I cannot go to sleep. And oh, 5 o'clock. What did I do last 2 hours? Maybe I fell asleep. I didn't sleep. I don't know. So, and that taught me. I think human used to wake up a few times at night. And then, if this is the tribe, this is quite small tribe. We have 12 people, whatever. And the tribe needs a kids, baby, older people, different men and women, and healthy, not so healthy. Those are tribes. If a tribe, human sleep together in all time. Because if you sleep alone, it's quite unusual. Hunting maybe sometimes, but that's a very emergency time. Because we don't have really any kind of good weapon. We don't run well. We don't cry. So we have to sleep together, protect ourselves together. So likely few people wake up, for example, I wake up, maybe I think I have to go pee, but collectively, I wake up to see everybody's here or not. If that baby is still there, okay, the mother, grandmother, okay. Then I somehow will sleep and then somehow my message goes to head, okay, it's your time. For next 30 years, you watch out, people. Then you do. You don't know why, okay. Oh, it's a beautiful full moon. Look around, okay. Then head maybe give some signal to Mariana. And those are has to be, because if not, everybody falls asleep. Soundly, we lose a few people every night. Because a lot of tigers and those are the night hunters. So I realized, okay, look, this story made me, okay, when I wake up 3 o'clock, that means I'm still a human. And too bad I don't have, 30 people to protect. But if you have a few, you're lucky. Maybe that's, a lot of businessmen said, I sound asleep from 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock every day. I'm so good. And I said, okay, that means you make yourself Robert. Too bad. I did this little bit of investment bankers. It was like, what? I mean, it's okay if you're happy with being machines. So sometimes it's good to wake up and enjoy the full moon, or whatever. So those are the sleep. And if you have sleeping issues, we talk about it. And unfortunately, we cannot do communal sleep, communal nap. That would be more giving them more, I said, nutrition for us. Humans are not supposed to sleep alone, too long. So virtually we sleep together, different time. So, and yeah, so living actively through sleeping time of our life. So the next 8 weeks, we would like to give a permission for us to enjoy dreams. And at least a lot of the scientists said we need at least 7 hours sleep. I don't know if it's true or not, but next 8 weeks, we give ourselves pleasure, give ourselves enough time. If you don't have, and for example, I don't give myself enough time to sleep. I usually sleep 5 hours, 6 hours, and it seems to be okay, but maybe it's not okay, just I'm getting used to it. We don't know. So next 8 weeks, let's commit to give ourselves 7 to 8 hours sleeping time. You don't have to sleep through, and permission to have dreams and permission to share the dreams. No, not many people talk about, what kind of dreams you had. So those are the things we're going to do. And so we do some meditation. We do yoga nidra. This is quite interesting class because Japan, it's 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Europeans, daytime. And New York, East Coast people, morning, I guess. It's quite different, but I guide yoga nidra. You lay down, couch or floor, a bed. I guide you, you fall asleep. I don't know how to wake you up, but so we do that. We do some dream practice together and we talk. We share what you had last 7 days and so on. Yes?
When you used to teach this in person, we had a Qigong set we did in the morning and then the evening. Will you be doing that?
We did the Qigong?
Yeah, I will send you. It's like little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like how to wake up nicely to yourself. Doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nap.
Yeah, we did it in morning and evening in that case too. It was fun. I will send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
It was 10 years ago.
Like my, even Chinese work or my Tai Chi class, my meditation class, if it's long enough, I usually have a nap. Lunchtime, nap. And after nap, we do some little Qigong and some massage together and then meditate. But here, let's see what we can do. Any questions or comments or request? This class, this week, this 8 weeks, I don't really have curriculum. There's a method I want to share, so I welcome you to come up. Any request or yes?
So
Yeah, yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
So you're saying that the expectation of sleeping through the night, excuse me, is off? Meaning like we're not meant to sleep from, I don't know, let's say midnight to 7 without waking up?
Yes, if you're really tired,
Mhm.
if you're sick,
Okay.
yeah, but if you're healthy enough, if it's thrive all the time, ASIN, if it's thrive, if you're healthy enough, if you're young enough, people, I think, wake up. For example, mom never sleep from midnight to the 7 o'clock. Soundly, that your baby might die.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's tried, that mother doesn't have to do all the time. There can be somebody else next to the baby. And if you're sick, if you're really tired, if I'm a young man, but I did hunting for the tribe for 3 days, then I have a right to sleep for 10 hours. You know, somebody will watch over me. So I think those are the things. So it's okay to sleep. It's okay. We have a right to sleep soundly long as much as you can. But at the same time, we have, nice to have something that you watch over or being watched over.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody who has issue about sleeping?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I hear.
Just, were you saying that during the class, we would probably take a nap and try to sleep?
Not sleep, try to have dreams.
Okay, understand.
But some
Yeah.
people fall asleep.
Yeah, because in New York, we just woke up, so it's
Yeah.
not likely to sleep, but maybe.
Maybe. Well, I get meditation. When I guide long meditation, half those people sleep. Yes, that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
And then I give you some method about Allah giving you permission we need. It's about sleeping and dreaming is a permission. If I decide I'm going to have a good dream, it really doesn't give you more chance. Or I'm going to have good dreams, it doesn't give you the chance. The permission, okay, I invite myself to have beautiful dreams or any kind of dreams. Nightmare is wonderful things. I mean, you don't think so, but it's wonderful powers. So, for example, good sleep, I invite myself to go into the beautiful sleeping time of my life, rather than, okay, I have to go to sleep. So those are the 8 weeks we're going to do, and then after that, it's your choice. Any comments? Yes.
I have a question.
Aaron? Yes. Where are you?
Yes,
Where are you?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Thank you. So it's bright and early, and I knew I was coming to this class this morning when I went to sleep last night. And I invited myself to dream, and I had my notebook at my bedside for when I woke up. Maybe I went to sleep at 1 a.m. and I woke up at 6 a.m. So not too long. I know I dreamed. I have a visual imprint of some faces, but no words, no sounds, and I don't really remember anything except the feeling like I dreamed, but I don't remember. Is there a trick to, sometimes I remember more clearly and I can write down a narrative, not last night, but I remember some visual memories that are just very faded. And that's okay. I'll have maybe a stronger dream tonight. Is it like an intention to set to allow ourselves to remember better, or is it something that we practice over time as we journal to remember the dream more vividly? I struggle remembering dreams sometimes, even if I feel like I did dream.
Yes.
It slips from my fingers.
I understand. Those are the things we talk with each other. I myself, we don't have to remember vividly. Some impression might be more important than remember the stories or shapes or sounds. So if that's the case, in my case, I just draw some impression, shapes, or something. Color is important in my dream. You don't know why that is, but then I just put, purple with the yellow lights coming. That might be enough for us, for your subconsciousness. So we don't really have to really remember. We only want to get some essence of the message. But sometimes I had a dreams like a really clearly like a TV stories. And this was interesting. It's quite important dreams for me. And I had 4 or 5 days consecutively. And the next day, there's a time that they, like a TV shows, they explain what happened till last night. And this is Lucid Dreams that goes, shit, this is like I'm looking at like a TV series. Then there's interesting stories and then ending scenes. Then tomorrow, next day, I remember there's a little stories about last night. And it's like, wow, I don't watch TV, but my mind is TV-like. But this was helpful. So this is more stories, actual stories. Sometimes there's no stories. Just like art, in the shape of the something shapes move. There's no sounds. Abstract paintings, but 3-dimensional. And then you don't know if I'm inside, I'm watching. Why am I? I don't know exactly. But daily life, you know where you are. So those are the magical thing that we would like to express. So, yes. Yes.
Hi, everybody. Masahiro, I have a question. Is it possible that the state of lucid dreaming is similar to the state of mind when one is hypnotized? I mean, I'm wondering about that based on comparing two experiences that were similar in various ways, but it could be a coincidence or it could be a real connection.
I believe so, but I don't know much about hypnosis, so I can't say, but I assume it's quite similar. Like daydream is quite different, quite similar to lucid dreams. And I have daydreams. Those are the dreams when I take a long train ride for me. Somehow that same dun, 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 gives me like a go in a different area of my brain. So that's why I like take a long train ride. It doesn't happen on the bus road. Don't know exactly why, for me. So I could probably similar.
Thank you.
And by the way, when I used to drive, more than me, I have a friend who used to dedicate dream diary, and that's what I learned from him. He had a dream diary. Well, when I met somebody, he met some future wife, he checked the date and he said, Masahiro, 5 years ago, exact this date, I met this woman. And I said, wow, that's good. Then the story goes to you, don't marry her because of that, but he did. So any request? If you have any request, we open this time. Irina, are you Irina? Hello, hello. I haven't seen her. Well, yes. And then if you missed the class, I record, and you have a link to watch over for just for those people who participate, because it's quite private things coming out. So our workshop, we want to be open, but we want to be private to ourselves.
Masahiro.
Yes?
So we will make a WhatsApp group for this class also. Each series has a different WhatsApp group.
I think so. That's better.
The video links will be posted there and you can post messages, whatever you want. It's not just for the business of the course.
Yes, we have, Miranda will make a WhatsApp group. If you share your dreams, that's fine. If you have Christians, that'd be fine. And if you're artists, musicians, and there's a lot of incredible breakthrough of science coming from dreams. And I'm sure a lot of incredible art coming through the dreams. We might have, If it's great for us, it's good enough. Other people may not think it's great, but so. Yes. Good. Sorry about technical problem this morning, and this, not morning, this first. I think it's just not Wi-Fi problem, just connection. So, oh, by the way, we're going to do Sunday. So Sunday night for me, European Sunday daytime, which is great time. You can take a nap. And for New York East Coast, it's a morning. Yes. And I give you some little exercise for the dreams and sleeping every time. You can practice yourself.
So you mean that the class is going to be on Sunday instead of Monday?
Used to be Sunday, but summertime, Sunday wasn't so popular.
So Sunday New York time, what time is it going to be?
What time is it, Miranda?
Same time, yeah, 7:30 a.m.
On Sunday? Oh,
It's too early?
I think so. Okay, I didn't know that.
Monday's better for you?
It's a work day. Sunday is a day off, so to wake up early is hard
Oh, but
for me. Okay. Oh wow.
you can be in the bed. Actually, it's a good, you don't have to dress up, you can eat.
Yes.
My class, you can eat, watch. If you don't want to show, you don't need to make up anything. All right. So, okay. And if you have any issue about sleeping, let me know. It's quite important. Yes. I went through that and somebody asked, now is it okay? It's now okay for me. I'm still have a problem, an issue of sleep, but I don't get panic. I know how to deal with it. So that's good. Yes. And the ultimate sleeping is probably dying. All right. So let's just close your eyes. This dream and sleeping is other side of my life, our life, and quite big part of our life. Okay, slowly open your eyes. And good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
We'll see you.
See you
See ya.
Sunday.
Hi, how are you doing? Good.
Bye.
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 Bye. Gert, how are you doing?
Yes.
I'm having difficulty sleeping.
So it's good.
It's good. Yes. No, it's a strange year, right?